Let's go, boys. Okay, I got my computer back, but nobody cares. The only thing that matters is an eighth straight win out of this Flyers team. On top of that, 2,000 franchise wins. That's insanity. And I know that Ed Snyder is looking down on this fan base, this organization, appreciating what is going on right now during this run. But on top of that, he is very proud for the culture that has been built and to win 2,000 times in this franchise's history. I mean, applaud. You just gotta applaud. It's amazing. It's awesome. And I'm very proud to be part of this fan base. And tonight, 8 straight wins. We are now 5 points back of a playoff spot. You take a look back at like a week ago when we were 14, 15 points back. It's just absurd to think about where this Flyers team really is. 2-1 victory against Vancouver at the Wells Fargo Center tonight. The place was awesome. Awesome. So loud that the fan base was electric, and it's finally nice to see it like that again. Flyers fans are tremendous. And just to see it on TV, to see the energy, to see how hype everybody is, how crazy and how loud the fan base is because the team is giving us a good product, I don't know if there's anything better. I grew up with season tickets. My dad would bring me to every game. Him and his buddy had season tickets, only 2 seats. He'd sneak me in and like carry me on his back so I could just sit on his lap. And it was just the atmosphere I grew up in, and it's really nice to see it again. So the Flyers, they get a power play goal in this. Voracek scores a nice breakaway. And Carter Hart is the storyline. I mean, I can record something right now, keep it on my desktop, and then use it for every game about Carter Hart, and it could probably match that specific game. Because every single time I'm recording an episode on the Flyers now, it's, wow, Carter Hart was a difference maker. Wow, he's so mature in net. Wow, his poise is amazing. He's so fast post to post. It's the same stuff every night, and it's just unbelievable. Himself, he's on a 7-game win streak. Like I said, the Flyers are on 8, but himself, 7 games. And if he wins one more in a row, he ends up tying the record for the most amount of wins in a row for a goalie under the age of 21. With 5 minutes left in this game, Vancouver, on the power play, wide open net. But he sprawls across. He does everything he can. He puts out his hands. He stops it. Amazing save. Stole the game. 41 total saves. How about this? 30 block shots for the orange and black. Everything he does feeds off this team. Sean Couturier is getting interviewed after the game. I can't believe it. JVR is getting interviewed after the game. I can't believe what he does. Claude Giroux talks about Carter Hart. It doesn't make sense. Carter Hart doesn't make sense. And it's awesome. Because we've been so deprived. I was one of those fans who was scared. I was scared we were overhyping Carter Hart. Because we were so deprived of a goalie for so long. We just thought this kid was going to be this obnoxious, amazing netminder. Well, he is. He is just that. And the Flyers continue this streak. I mean, can you believe it? Can you actually believe it? Think about where we are right now. Think about the game we played today. Now, I will say this. I thought Vancouver had chances, and the Flyers kind of died down after they took a 2-0 lead. Carter Hart made a pretty big mistake in this game. We'll rewind. So it's 2-0 Flyers at this point. Like I said, we get that power play goal, which is nice to see us contribute on the peeper. Voracek gets a breakaway pass, and he uses his speed, and he puts it in. 2-0. We have a chance. Konechny, 3-0. 3-0. He makes a pretty poor pass. Then he tries to backhand, no-look it right into the slot where there was no Flyers players at all, so that was a pretty bad turnover. Provorov is way too deep into the zone. That was a pretty bad mistake. And Vancouver just chips it out to try and get like a mini breakaway. Carter Hart comes out of the net pretty aggressively. I mean, he's above the face-off dot in the D zone. And he chips it off the glass. But he doesn't get all of it. Brock Besser picks it up and puts it in the empty net. 2-1. So we had a chance. The Flyers had a chance to go up 3-0. On a 3-0, we make a couple mistakes in that sequence within 10 seconds. And now it's a 2-1 game instead of 3-0. Or just keeping it 2-0. But Carter Hart didn't get all of the puck. He made a mistake. But after that, excellent. Excellent. And I pick up on stuff like that. Yes, he made a mistake. But he was almost perfect after that happened. Now, what 20-year-old goalie in the NHL does that? I'm just baffled that this kid is this serious. I know it's just a couple games into his career here, but isn't that the scary part? He's this effective. He's this solid. It's every single game. Every game. Wow, Carter Hart was awesome. He had that one game where he ended up getting pulled and he just didn't have his night. Ever since that, locked in, tremendous, A+. And I just come down here and I say, all right, let's rant about how great Carter Hart is. Because that's what it is. He gives this team a spark. We weren't blocking 30 shots for Brian Elliott, Neuwirth. And that's no knock on them, but that's what happens when a kid, the promised land, that everybody knew was really the kid who was bringing us to the promised land, comes up, plays exceptional, and creates that type of energy. That's what happens. Now, there was a scary moment in this game, and Edler goes down. It was pretty bad, and I really hope he's okay. He goes down. He kind of is hooking someone going to the net. I believe it's Voracek, but he falls as he does that. But since his stick and hands were caught with Voracek, he couldn't brace himself, and his head hit the ice really hard. There was blood all over the ice. The trainers came out. He didn't have to go on the stretcher. He got wheeled off instead of on the stretcher, which is probably a better sign, but hopefully he is okay, and hopefully he is going to recover well, because you never want to see anything like that. You could even see the Flyers players banging their sticks for him and tapping him as he was skating off the ice. That's pretty crazy too. Like, you don't see that too often when a player kind of can't brace themselves and his head hits the ice of that nature. And to see that amount of blood, I really don't want to sit here and talk about it to that extent, but I really hope that Edler is okay, because you never want to see that for any type of athlete. So, the Flyers, I mean, putting 8 straight wins together from where they were to the point where it looked like mite and pee-wee hockey, and they didn't know what a D-zone was compared to where it is now. It's just unbelievable. But the thing is, it didn't make sense when we were losing of that nature. Because you look at our roster, and we were good on paper. We have good players, so it never made sense. Now this spark comes. Carter Hart. And everything has changed. He puts us in great positions. He keeps us in games. He makes saves early in hockey games where instead of being down 1-0, it's still 0-0. Or instead of it being 1 or 2-0 the other team, it's only 1-0, and that gives the Flyers still a little bit of boost, still a little bit of mojo to keep fighting and keep plugging along. We have a good chance here because we're playing this stretch of Edmonton, Vancouver. We took care of business for both of them. And now LA to keep this streak going to 9. One thing that scares me is, are we going to overlook the opponent? Are we going to overlook LA because they stink? They're at the bottom of the barrel. Did they do their job against the Rangers? You can't overlook that opponent. You can't overlook that opponent of the Kings. That's the Kings versus the Rangers, by the way, not a Flyers versus Rangers game that just occurred. At the end of the day, it keeps amazing me. It really does. It keeps amazes me. Losing my train of thought and just fumbling over my words there. It does. It amazes me that the Flyers have turned it around to this degree, and it still is a big uphill battle. Don't get me wrong. It's not going to be easy. You look at 5 games, 5 points, for the playoffs, and it seems kind of very doable with 30 games left to play, without a doubt. But it is still going to be a grind and hard to do. Are we going to be able to keep this type of level up for the next 30 games? There's going to be losses that spurred in here, and they could be at crucial moments, and we could have put ourselves too big of a hole early. We're just going to have to wait and see. But at least, listen, fellas, at least it's watchable hockey. It's entertaining hockey. And the boys are fighting for us, right? That's all we can take right now. And Carter Hart. Of course, Carter Hart. 41 saves, 2,000 franchise wins, 8 straight, 5 points back. It always makes me laugh when I do these. It really does. It makes me laugh because I remember what it was like a month or two ago. Hell, 2 weeks ago I remember what it was like. Vomit worthy. The answer is vomit worthy. Let me know what you think down below on this victory. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.